This is Rack and Fin Radio with Tom P., South Jersey's hunting and fishing expert on WPG Talk Radio 1450 and WPG1450.com.
Hey, thanks for joining us this morning on Rack and Fin Radio with me, Tom P. Weekend of January 16th already. WPG 1450 AM from 6 to 7 and from 7 to 8, 97.3 ESPN FM, 50,000 watts of the Rack and Fin radio message, entering our 13th season already. New Jersey's longest running and most successful outdoor show. Plenty of hunting opportunities are still in play. Okay, general small game season is still on. On the Canada Goose front, the South Zone ends the 23rd of this month, and it ends on February 15th. Okay, down here in the coastal zone. Duck season in the coastal zone, that includes the mergansers, though. Who wants to shoot them? Okay, a hoodie for mounting, but that's about it. Ends January 30th. Okay, snow geese. Where the hell are the snows, man? Where are the snows? We saw a flock fly overhead. I guess it was Christmas Day, around a little close to noon, 11:30, 12 o'clock. And Denise Marie said, that's not snow geese like we're used to seeing. I said, it's kind of warm out, so hopefully they will be kicking down. That conservation order kicks in February 16th till April 9th. Okay, unplugged shotguns, no more than 7 shells, electronic calls allowed, and no bag limit. Now, winter bow season extends statewide, okay, till January 31st. But it goes until February 20th in 15 deer management zones. These are DMZs 7 through 15, and then again in 17, 36, 41, 50, and 51. And watch for the antler point restrictions in DMZs 9 and 13 if you're hunting after January 31st. Yeah, still plenty of bow hunting opportunities going on. Speaking of bow hunting / archery, the Archery Trade Association show was recently completed down there in Louisville. Hot news, some great products out there. One in particular, which we'll discuss later on in the show. This is going to really rock things, man. This is going to cause some a lot of agita, so to speak. But it just looks fantastic. Anyway, joining us on the line right now is Chuck Berwick, Banger Sports Shop, 840 Piney Hollow Road, in Winslow. When I'm thinking about this new wet people, I'm telling you, it's going to rock it out. He was at the ATA show, just came back. Some new products, no idea. Some not so good, some so good. I don't know how much more can be done on the compound bow end of things, among others. Chuck, how are you, man?
Great, man. How are you?
Pretty good. But Chuck, let's get to the chase here. ATA show, you and Sam the Man were there walking around. You tested a lot of bows. You see new broadheads, new this, new that, new accoutrements, new accessories. Anything really new and exciting, groundbreaking?
You know what? On the equipment side of the house, there was a couple things which I'll mention here in a second. But for the most part, the compound industry, in my opinion, which, matters for whatever you want to take it as. But in my opinion, it's all the same crap, different colors.
Uh-huh.
On the crossbow side of the house, however, there's a lot of new stuff coming out that's pretty groundbreaking, new, exciting. Bear Archery is introducing a full line of American-made crossbows that are reverse limb. They're going to blow your mind. Price points are good.
Whoa. Bear Archery?
Yeah. Yep.
Chuck, I talked to the rep a couple of years ago. He said, Tom P., we're going to stick with what we know, but I guess market demands you get in, huh?
Well, and last year, Tom, we sold, I've been telling Sam this, since me and him started working together. But we saw last year 10-1 crossbows to compound bows.
Wow.
So it's insane. The market's switching. You got to be ready for it. If you're not ready for it, it's not going to work for you.
You die.
But anyway, so Bear's jumping on board with the whole crossbow market. They got a full line of optics, accessories, everything to go with it. Killer Instinct, one of our biggest selling crossbows.
Yeah.
Really turned the notch up. They got a great bow coming out at an awesome price point. And then, really where I saw the coolest things were on the service equipment side. Some new bow presses that are really nice. We ordered a new bow press for the shop. Then we got a new chronograph coming in that's So now we're going to be able to give guys our actual kinetic energy at distance.
Okay.
So if you want to know what your arrow with your fletching and your tip and whatever's putting down at 100 yards, we're going to be able to print that information out for you in a nice little handy chart.
Wow, beautiful.
And then we also ordered a fun little game, an archery skeet thrower. So we're going to have archery trap. You'll be able to shoot your bow at flying targets. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Hey, listen, Chuck, let me interrupt you there. Is that where that Zubin crossbow that shoots the sabots with the pellets could come in?
No. Well, I guess you could, yeah. But we we're using flu arrows. So you bring your compound bows down, shoot flus, and it's a 10-inch foam disc that gets thrown up in the air like a clay target.
Beautiful. Hey, Chuck, let's center on this one. This is Chuck called me.
So the best thing that we saw by far, one of the coolest things. I ordered myself a birthday present, Tom.
There you go.
It's the new Benjamin Crossman airbow.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a crossbow. It's not a pellet gun. I don't know what you would call it, but it's badass. It shoots. It's an air gun that shoots an arrow at 460 feet per second.
Yep.
I shot this thing, man, and you know, it's better than any Big O I've ever gotten. I'll put it to you that way. Sad life, whatever you want to call it, but this thing is awesome.
Chuck, it looks absolutely fantastic. I put a call into Chip Honeycutt. He's going to be coming on a little later on the show from Crossman/Benjamin. He's going to be describing it more in detail. But Chuck, to me, this is, I saw Browning's back in the bow business. I still shoot an ambush X, believe it or not, in a Bridget. He had the laminated woodland bows. I haven't exploded.
Well, you know what?
They're in a crossbow.
I went and looked at Browning's bows.
But what,
it's Barnett. It's a Barnett bow.
Exactly.
So don't be fooled.
Exactly.
It's built by Barnett. It's, the Browning guys are, we're overseeing it. We're doing this. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, right.
They're trying to get top dollar for a Barnett product, which Barnett builds great bows. Don't get me wrong. But you ain't getting $1,100 or $1,050 for a Raptor.
Exactly.
There's nothing special about it, if you ask me.
But Chuck, to this airbow, this is truly, to me, and I've been to a trillion shows, the SHOT shows, the ATA shows, this is truly this Benjamin / Crossman airbow is really groundbreaking. I mean, it's simple.
Well,
it's an arrow. It's an arrow that shoots an arrow, but no one's done it before. No other company, and this thing is devastating.
Well, and the real benefit you get out of the airbow, all other stuff aside, they figured it out. So instead of pushing an arrow from the back now, they're shooting an air blast inside of the arrow, which pushes on the insert. Well, what that does is it gives you an arrow that comes out of the bow 100% stabilized from the minute you pull the trigger. There's no flex in the shaft. There's no stabilization period. There's nothing. It comes out of the bow ready to go. So there's no energy loss from the stabilization of the arrow. So that 460 feet per second that comes out of the bow you're getting that energy all the way down range, and you're not losing a lot of it trying to stabilize the arrow. So it's truly impressive. And
Chuck, to me, I've known I go to shops up and down from Sussex County to Cape May County, every place in between. Chuck's really, these guys and girls there are visionaries. I believe they're going to be the first dealer in the state to have this.
Probably. I mean, because it's not really legal to hunt with, but we just
right. Yeah, that's still, again, Chuck, as we discussed, that's a couple of years down the road as per Fish and Game Council game code hearing, so to speak. But again, air guns are legal for rabbits and squirrels, and then why not for big game? When I think Fish and Game Council people see this, wildlife people see this, from the Division of Fish and Wildlife, they're going to see how effective and how efficient this can be, Chuck. This even blows away crossbow accuracy. Chuck, it's scary.
Oh, absolutely. I've never seen a crossbow as accurate.
Yeah. Okay, Chuck, well, listen, give that website and phone number, please.
www.bangersports.com, 609-561-1717.
Whoa, hold on. What? Hold on. Hey, Chuck, one of the interns here, this guy wants to know if you have any of those calendars left.
Oh, we got boxes of them. Stop on in.
Okay, I'll stop. Okay, Chuck, talk to you guys later. Best everybody there. See you later.
Thanks, Tom.
This is Rack and Fin Radio with Tom P. on WPG Talk Radio 1450.
Yeah, back inside Rack and Fin Radio with me, Tom P. WPG 1450 AM, the Great Talk Radio. Shout out to Harry Hurley down there. Down the hall, 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 97.3. ESPN FM, 50,000 watts of the Rack and Fin radio message. A lot of flea markets and seminars, all this good stuff coming up. Poveromo's going to be back in town next month. Hey, the 30th at the Atlantic City Convention Center, the Canyon Runner Sport Fishing big game seminar is on. It's an all-dayer. Tickets are $125. Talking to Captain Adam LaRosa, I think there's probably by now, you're lucky if there's 25 or 30 tickets left. I think they get 900 or something in the rooms up there. But great crew there, covered top to bottom, marlin, every kind of tuna. It's big eye. If you're into the big eyes, this is the tournament. This is rather the seminar to go to. Yeah, the reason I said tournament, they won. What big money tournament with a big eye. I mean, they kicked some ass. Also, the Southern Ocean County chapter of the Sunshine Foundation. Okay, it's going to hold its first annual fishing flea market on the 30th. That's 2 weeks out. It's going to be at the Little Egg Harbor Community Center. It's 319 West Calabrese Drive in Little Egg Harbor, otherwise known as Mystic Island. Okay, head straight down, get on Radio Road. If you hit Scott's Bait and Tackle on the left, you went too far. You'll get up to, there's an intersection right there. I think it's Shampooch, a little dog grooming place on your left. That's East Calabrese. West Calabrese is on your right. Make that right, and the center is right there. Joining us on the line right now, very special guest. He's vice president of the Southern Ocean County chapter of the Sunshine Foundation. Outstanding organization and the work it does. We'll get into that. We'll get into the flea market as well, and also their outstanding annual fluke tournament. It's Tom Siciliano, a.k.a. Gumbad Siciliano. Talk about the Sunshine Foundation, Southern Ocean County chapter, the flea market on the 30th up there in Mystic Island, and also the upcoming fluke tournament. Tommy, how you doing? Case of each.
Hey, very well. Thank you very much for inviting me, Tom.
Tom, the Sunshine Foundation, for generations, just been doing incredible work here, especially the Southern Ocean County chapter. Go into the actual work that the organization does, please.
Sure. Well, the Sunshine Foundation was started in 1976 by a Philadelphia policeman who wanted to help children that had dreams and wishes of terminally ill, chronically ill, physically challenged, and abused children. Mm-hmm. So right now they have 12 volunteer chapters in 7 states. We're the Southern Ocean County chapter, and we've been running this fluke tournament for 19 years.
Whoa.
It started with Tom Paxton from Great Bay Marina, Scott Alberton from Scott's, and a few other fellas sitting around, and I said, we should do something for these kids. And they started the fluke tournament, and obviously it started out with just a few boats. At our peak in 2008, we were up to 238 boats. It's gone down with some, the economy.
Oh, sure, and Sandy and stuff, yeah.
Great Bay Marina with Sandy. It was always held at Great Bay Marina until Sandy, and they just weren't going to be ready.
Listen, let me tell you something. Let me interrupt you a second, Siciliano. This organization, this tournament owned Osborne Island. You get over to Big Creek there at the end of Radio Road is where Tommy's Marina is, Great Bay Marina.
Yep.
Tommy, you guys owned it. I mean, we had to park all the way up there by Big Creek and walk down. Mary Mother has the most exercise I had all summer.
Yeah, it was great down there, but we moved it for a few years. We might be going back there this year.
Okay, that'll be good. That'll be good.
We're waiting to hear from Tom and Ann if they're ready to take us back, and hopefully they are. Obviously, it started out as a fluke and weakfish tournament. When weakfish went down, we switched over to bluefish. So for the last 5 years, we've been doing a bluefish tournament, fluke and bluefish. It's interesting. Very few people weigh in bluefish. I mean, here's an opportunity for people to fish for bluefish. They got a real good chance of winning.
Sure, absolutely. And you also, Tom, don't you also have a kayak division as well?
We do.
There you go.
Last year we had 14 entries in the kayak division. We've had it for 2 years now, and we're still waiting for the first weigh-in.
Okay, joining us on the line this morning is Tom Siciliano, Vice President, Southern Ocean County Chapter of the Sunshine Foundation. Topic is, we'll get to it in a minute or so, is the first annual flea market there at Little Egg Harbor Community Center. That's 319 West Calabrese Drive in Little Egg Harbor, a.k.a. Mystic Island. Well, Tom, back to the fluke tournament, the kayak division. All of a sudden, I think we had 14, I think, as a kayak. That's the only thing to me, really, that's expanding in the boating end, is the kayak just keeps every year more and more designs, more kayaks, more kayak anglers. I think you guys will probably top 30 or 40 this year.
I hope so. Yeah, I've been fishing in the kayak since 1987. I bought my first kayak. It is a great way to fish.
Well, let me tell you something.
It is a lot of fun. You're really there with the fish on the water.
When Denise Marie first sold me my Pelican kayak, yeah, Pelican, I know it's an entry level. She described me as such. You look like a manatee on methamphetamines. Oh man, and it went downhill from there, Siciliano. But she loves a fish out of her yak as well. Okay, but Tommy, let's get to this. Outstanding. Looks like a flea market. You guys are selling a ton of tables. I spoke with Skip Deckman the other day, who's also involved, and he said the tables are flying. Go into the flea market, please. What was the catalyst to getting this going?
Well, we had been running a seminar for about 5 years, and we had some great attendance on the first and second and third one, and then the attendance just went down. So it was hardly worth it to have a little seminar, which we only charged $20 for.
Right.
But we only had like 30 people. So we said, well, let's not bother. It's a lot of work to do that. let's try something different. So we said, let's try do a flea market. So we looked around. We found the community center. All the tables, in fact, are sold. I got a waiting list in case I don't get checks from a couple of people.
And there you go.
But kids are going to under 12 are going to be free. $3 admission, which is really a donation to the Sunshine Foundation.
Exactly.
Because all of the money going from the sale of the tables and the admission is going to the Sunshine.
It's a way to listen.
Food.
I was just going to ask you that. Says, will there be food?
Yes, we're going to have bagels and donuts in the morning, coffee and tea, soda, hot dogs, and after we pay for that, everything else will go to the kids.
Excellent.
And, it'll be new. There's some new fishing equipment and a lot of gently used equipment.
And Tom, this is a perfect opportunity. You don't want to pay retail. You get some slightly used stuff. You have stuff in your garage you want to get rid of that's still in good shape that you're not going to use. I mean, the flea market here is a win-win all around.
Absolutely.
Okay, Tom. Well, since there's no more tables left, could you want to give your number out anyway?
Well, sure. In case anybody has wants any information about the flea market itself, they get lost, they want to do anything. My phone number is 732-267-6451. And I'll be happy to talk to anybody who wants to know any information about it.
Okay, Tom, again, congratulations on the great work the Southern Ocean County chapter of the Sunshine Foundation does. God spares a fluke tournament is going to come off this summer without a hitch. And listeners, again, you want to get rid of some old tackle, you want to buy, now's the time, and deals. Slightly used tackle, some rods, reels, good condition, terminal tackle, lures, lines, a whole bit. It will be at the Sunshine Foundation fishing flea market. I'm too excited on this, man, because I get to the flea market. One, I go right to the vendors with the food. And then I just walk the aisles, Tommy. It's going to be a great time. January 30th at the Little Lake Harbor Community Center, 319 West Calabrese. Again, Radio Road. If you hit Scott's Bait and Tackle on your left and John and Sonia's Luncheon Out on your right, you went too far. Back up that intersection right there. East Calabrese. Shampooch is right there. Tom, am I right? Make that right, and the community center's right back in there, correct?
Yep, about a quarter of a mile back. It's very easy.
Okay, Tom, thanks for coming on Rack and Fin.
One other thing.
Go.
One other thing, I got to put a pitch in. We're always looking for volunteers. So if somebody's got some time on their hands, we're going to need help with this fishing tournament. For flea market, we're pretty good right now. But anybody who wants to volunteer, you got my number.
Okay, 732-267-6451. Tom, I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Take care, brother.
Tom.
Yep.
Okay, bye.
It's going to be a fun time, man. You see me at a fishing flea market, you don't want to know. Hey, listen, also tonight, very special event. It's the Legs for Lenny benefit. Okay, put on by the New Jersey Outdoor Alliance. It's going to be at the fountain at Cedar Park in Atco. That's on Hayes Mill Road, 115 Hayes Mill Road. $25 donation. Here, there's on the line, which she has a quick minute between her running around for the event tonight, getting ready, is Paula Gailey. Paula's with the New Jersey Outdoor Alliance. She's also the president of the New Jersey State Federation of Sportsmen's Clubs. She handles the Wounded Warrior Project. Paula, how are you, young lady? What's going on?
I am busy. How are you?
Lock, cocked, ready to rock. Go, girl, go, go. We got a couple of minutes. Talk about the Legs for Lenny tonight.
Well, we're getting ready. We have great music. I'm busy cooking food, so everybody's going to have something good to eat. And we have a great silent auction. One of our Wounded Warriors, Andrew Laffey, has actually he built 2 fly fishing rods that he put for auction. And Mr. Hackleberry from Trout Unlimited has donated 2 reels to go with them. So we're just really excited.
It's Paula, that's going to be super. Now go into Lenny's situation a bit, please. We have a minute. Go.
Okay, Lenny was a private first class in the Army. He was in the tanker, and when they were giving him his vaccines to go overseas, he had a reaction to it. And for the past 10 years, he's been confined to a wheelchair, paralyzed from the knees down. And he's had an opportunity with braces to get out of the wheelchair, but the braces the VA gave him, they're not sufficient. They break all the time. He can't get them repaired. So he learned about braces that would have him out of the wheelchair pretty much all the time, but they were $26,000, and he didn't have all the money. It wasn't covered by insurance. Some of his friends got together and donated a portion of the money, and we're throwing him a party. We're going to get the rest of the money, and we hope to have the braces by the end of February.
Wonderful. Listeners, Legs for Lenny tonight at the fountain at Cedar Park in Atco. That's 115 Hayes Mill Road. Paula, that's sort of out of the way. I checked the website. There's no directions. Where can people get directions to this benefit?
They can get directions right on the New Jersey Outdoor Alliance website, where there's a banner with his picture on it in the front. You click on it, and at the bottom of the page, there's a map, and you can put your address in and get directions.
Now, Paula, I understand all donations are tax deductible, please.
That is correct. We're the environmental projects.
Okay, Paula, good luck tonight. You're going to have a great time. Listeners, Legs for Lenny at the Fountains in Cedar Park, 115 Hayes Mill Road in Atco. Go to the NJOA website for directions. Paula, see you there. Take care.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Tom P. up against a break. When we get back, something revolutionary. Now, is it the bow hunting? Is it the gun hunting, air gun hunting situation? The Pioneer Air Bow by Benjamin A.K. from Crossman, the parent company. Chip Honeycutt, the marketing manager, joins us on Rack and Fin. Grab that cup, grab that Red Bull. Be right back. Rack and Fin Radio.
This is Rack and Fin Radio with Tom P. on WPG Talk Radio 1450.
Okay, we're back inside Rack and Fin Radio with me, Tom P. WPG 1450 AM from 6 to 7, the Great Talk Radio. And from 7 to 8, 97.3 ESPN FM, 50,000 watts of the Rack and Fin Radio message. And now, from what I understand, from executive producer, cool guy always, Chris Coleman, we are now on YouTube. I know. I'm not the cyber guy. I'm not the social media guy, but we are on YouTube. You can listen in anytime. Okay, the recently completed Archery Tackle Association show down in Louisville, Kentucky. Great new stuff unveiled. Every year I wonder, what can these manufacturers come up with in addition to the already hot... Let's just talk the compounds and the crossbows. What can they possibly come up with something to improve what they had the year previous? Another foot per second, another sight angle, something. And I'll tell you, every year they seem to do it. There's some great products down there. But what really, I'll tell you, rocked the house, and it is going to be, I'll tell you, a point of controversy, definitely in the upcoming year or two, at least on the New Jersey hunting scene, is the Benjamin Pioneer Air Bow. Yep, the Benjamin Pioneer Air Bow. You heard Chuck Berwick from Bangers talk about it. Yeah, this thing is just, you don't know what to call it. It's an air bow. I was going through Bow and Arrow Trade magazine. I didn't get a chance to get that in Louisville, unfortunately. And there, I turn a page and I see 450 FPS, meaning feet per second, and then parentheses underneath. Whoever did this ad did a great job. That's not a misprint. Introducing the revolutionary new Pioneer Air Bow from Benjamin. Now, Benjamin's the hunting division of Crossman. Crossman is the parent company here. 2-inch groups at 60 yards. I mean, are you kidding me? So, definitely went to the website. Put a call and went to the website. There's Jim Shockey downing, a 2,000-pound plus bison. And he looked at the camera and he says, this is absolutely amazing. Now, coming from someone like Shockey, who's pretty much done it all and seen it all, this is indeed a testament. Joining us on the line right now is Chip Honeycutt. He is the marketing manager for Crossman Corporation. We're going to talk the new Air Bow. And let me tell you, listeners, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to cause possibly another war. Remember the crossbow recurve compound wars a couple of years ago, 3-4 years ago, whatever it was? This thing is going to be something else. And the line is already being drawn. I must have had easily 30, 35 phone calls, texts, emails, whatever, about this. Said, yes, as the man is coming on today's show to talk about it. Mr. Honeycutt, how are you? Things at Crossman are really causing a stir here, bud.
Good morning, Tom. I'm telling you what, there's no grass under our feet this week. Coming out of the ATA show, our phones would ring off the hook. Social media is blown up. Yeah, this thing is a hit, and it's only been 10 days since we announced it. So we're pretty jacked up about it. Well,
Chip, the years in the making of this absolutely amazing product, listeners, it is built on a bullpup frame. And, Chip, I'll tell you, 450, 460 feet per second, 2-inch groups at 50 yards. This is a totally new, is it a new category? Is it a new category of, I can't say bow hunting, of archery? What do you think?
It really is. It's a hybrid of sorts. You know, the idea was presented to us really by Jim Shockey almost 2 years ago. And at the time, we'd come out with our bullpup large bore air gun. It's a .357 caliber air gun. And so we started tinkering around with it. And about a year ago, it shot at an undisclosed location. We had a demo unit for Jim, and it was awesome. It blew him away, and so we kept at it. And now we've got this weapon that really opens the doors for new hunters, particularly those gun hunters who want the close-up experience that archery hunters enjoy. And then folks who want to get into crossbow hunting but may be fearful about using a crossbow. And it's really just about getting more people in the woods. And there's no doubt to the response, so that's exactly what it's going to do.
Yeah. Joining us on the line right now is Chip Honeycutt. He is the marketing manager, Crossman Corporation. Topic, buying the Benjamin Pioneer Airbow. Now, Chip, this is what happened from mine. Guys already screaming, "It ain't a bow! It ain't archery!" The screaming up, down, and sideways. And now, from what I understand, the marketing end of this, it's not the propellant, a.k.a. the propulsion method, correct? It is the payload vis-a-vis a broadhead or a mechanical head, correct?
That is correct. We make no illusions. There are no limbs. There is no string, but it is propelling a 26-inch standard arrow that weighs 375 grains at 450 feet per second, generating 168 foot-pounds of energy, and that is more than double what most states require of crossbows.
I know. Now, listeners, again, this is going to be I can't even say a point of contention, pardon the pun there. This is going to be an Everest when it comes to controversy. Now, Chip, here's our situation in Jersey. The 2017 hunting regs are already being formulated, so this will be 2 years beyond that down the road. But it seems like there's going to be a lot of groundwork that Crossman has to lay PR-wise and marketing-wise to get this legalized. Now, I understand, looking at the map there, it's legal to hunt deer in 2 or 3 states, pending in New York State and Long Island, hunting varmints in a bunch of states. How are you going to make this work? I mean, getting to the state fish and game councils or fish and wildlife departments to make this a legal archery tool.
Sure. I presented to the Association of Fish and Wildlife Agencies back in September at their annual meeting in Tucson, and I said, "You guys, you've got 3 months before we're going to present this, and this is what's coming. We believe that based on the where air guns are currently legal, and we believe that based on the projectile, it should be legal where crossbows are legal." Everyone was in agreement with that, but the issue is how the regulations are currently written, and so that's going to be where our efforts are going to go to help them understand that as they're written for crossbows. And we're focusing on the crossbows. We're not looking at the guys who are in the full-on archery season with their compounds and their recurves. We're looking at the crossbows. That this product has superior safety features and comparable performance. And I think that those two things are going to win the day for us.
Well, Chip, several who had not seen the video yet, again, listeners, the Benjamin Pioneer Airbow, it's something. Google it. How it got 450 feet per second. What's going to be like to cock? Oh my God, it's going to be no. Go into the actual, for lack of a better term, loading of this device, please. Sure.
This product has a barrel, but the projectile does not travel within the barrel. It travels over the barrel. We've got an arrow that's made for us by Victory Archery out in California. It's got a 250 spine, which means it's really, really stiff. Yep. And so we've removed the nock, and we've replaced the nock with a unique bushing. So the arrow slides over the barrel, and as it gets inside the product, it hits a patent-pending collar, and you push the arrow into that collar, and that creates the seal for the air. The air travels inside the barrel, fills the inside of the arrow, and pulls it off the barrel from the front. So that's where we're getting our accuracy. It is pulling the arrow rather than pushing it from the rear like a string does. So there's no, there's no archer's paradox or any kind of wobble in the air. It is stabilized instantly off the barrel. Now, because the arrow is filled with air, that air is coming out of there like a rocket. So this thing is faster at 7 yards than it is at the muzzle. And at 50 yards, it's still traveling 400 feet per second. And so that's how we're getting our 2-inch groups way downrange.
Man, you're talking the ideal tool here for bear hunting in Jersey. And Honeycutt, we have some monster Bruins here. Every year we seem to get a few over 700 pounds, close to 800 pounds. Is this going to be perfect or what? I'll take this to a slug gun.
It'll lay him down. I can assure you of that. Now, Shockey got his buffalo. He put a second round in it, and while it was not needed, what folks ought to look at when they're watching the video is where it struck the buffalo. It was in the same hole. And I killed a whitetail in North Carolina with it at 43 yards. It went through the deer and went into the ground up to the fletchings. So it is on a string, and there's a lot of power going. I mean, it is zipping. It is because it's so fast. It's a really flat trajectory, and that contributes to the accuracy as well.
Joining us this morning on WPG 1450 AM from 6 to 7, the Great Talk Radio, 97.3 ESPN FM from 7 to 8, 50,000 watts rather of the Rack and Fin radio message is Chip Honeycutt. He's the marketing manager, Crossman Corporation. Topic is the Benjamin Pioneer Airbow, which is going to be, wow, it is going to be a topic for years to come here in Jersey, at least till it is legalized, incorporated into either what they call the firearm season. Now, Honey, here's my problem with the firearm season. I bow hunt on occasion, get my license every year, is that during our shotgun season, guys can also hunt with bows and muzzleloaders. So we have no real shotgun thing here. So I'm going to be just a pain in the ass and say, hey, why, since it's shooting an arrow and either a mechanical or fixed broadhead, why can't we have this in the archery season? You don't know the hate letters I'm going to get, Chip. It's going to be something. But back to the Pioneer, the airbow itself. Again, loading it. What's involved? I mean, insofar as getting that power, that one little listeners, one little cock, beep, forward, backward, forward, and there it is. Go into that, please.
Absolutely. It's about 2 pounds of effort that's needed. It is a cocking lever located on the top of the stock that you lift up and lay it back down. That's it. There's no cocking rope to deal with.
Yep.
And it makes it unbelievably safe in a tree stand. The crossbow guys are accustomed either to cocking it on the ground and lifting it up the tree, or trying to deal with a cocking rope in the stand. So this thing, you can cock it and shoot. If you go all day long and don't shoot, you can decock it just as easily. It is unbelievable, and it's just blowing people's minds.
Yeah, no need for a discharge target here, boys and girls. I mean, how good is that? Well, Chip, the 2 questions I was hit with immediately, because with Berwick over there at Bangers, we are working on getting bow fishing legalized in salt water for these cow nose rays and skates, what have you. Will there be bow fishing accessories for the airbow?
That is a high priority. Out of the gate, when this thing begins shipping in April, we won't have anything available. It is an extremely high priority thing. I have just with our engineers worked up a couple of rigs. I worked up an alligator rig, and this thing will be a fantastic bow fishing weapon, and we can't wait to get to work on that. But right now we're just trying to get the core product out the door, and so far we're on schedule.
I mean, your orders must be literally piling in there, Chip, no? I mean, holy God.
This has been one of our probably the most successful online launch. The interest is fantastic. We had folks walking up to us who said their dad can no longer hunt with them because he can't pull a compound and he can't cock a crossbow. This is going to get people back into the woods. Right. They want to be there. So let's get it in those crossbow seasons and let these families start hunting all over again.
Well, another thing too, the airbow itself, already the naysayers, you have to deal with that in any kind of situation. When you were in, because I was in the industry a long time, but on a fishing end, you're introducing something, new revolution, whatever you want to call it. I mean, you guys had laid out the inevitable hurdles, correct, insofar as the PR end on this?
Yes. Yep,
and
we know where the battles are going to lay, and it's going to be hard to say for a wildlife guy to say no to this. Mm-hmm. Because it's an air gun, people think it has a lot of noise. It's not a lot of noise. It's not a whole lot louder than a crossbow. There's no crack to it.
Right.
It's more like a big whoomp, and there's zero recoil. The handling is safe. There's no maintenance. You don't need to grease any rails or do any lubing or oiling like you have to do with a crossbow to maintain it.
For someone like me, Chip, come on, this is heaven. I want two.
I mean, you dry fire a crossbow and you're liable to have the cams and string explode on you. You dry fire the airbow and it's a poof of air, and that's it. Mm-hmm.
Joining us this morning, Crossman Marketing Manager Chip Honeycutt. Topic, the Benjamin Pioneer Airbow. Benjamin is the hunting division of Crossman. Now, Crossman is no stranger to the bow hunting end of business vis-a-vis their Centerpoint crossbow lineup, correct?
That is correct. You know, Crossman as a company has been around nearly 100 years. The Benjamin brand, which is an airgun company as well, it started back over 120 years ago. In our Centerpoint line, we've got all new crossbows this year. We were in the crossbow business about 6-7 years ago, but our new crossbows are getting great reviews, and so you've got a bunch of bow hunters here in the office. Mm-hmm. We understand why folks might not enjoy the idea of an airbow in the woods, but we also know how it performs, and we're all for it and think folks ought to give it a chance.
Well, the bottom line to me, Chip, is the efficiency, the accuracy of the whole thing, ease of operation, which in the long run is more humane on the animal, quicker, more guaranteed kill. That's from my angle. That's how I see it. I mean, when I saw Shockey's eyes bug out, when he looked at the guy and said, "This is amazing." I mean, I haven't seen Shockey's eyes bug out like that in years.
I edited that video, so I got to see all the B-roll, the stuff that you don't see in the final version.
Oh, yeah.
And his reaction is absolutely genuine. He was stunned. When he says he knew it was good, but not that good, it was something else. The guide told him it was down, and he couldn't see that it was down right away, and he was stunned. I mean, it was over in a matter of seconds.
Well, Chip, I understand you get 8 shots per load of air, correct? And where's the air loaded?
That's correct. The airbow operates on a pre-charged pneumatic system. What that means is pre-filled with air. There's a reservoir on board that we fill to 3,000 psi, and we use a high-pressure pump or a bottle that you can get filled at a dive shop. And you fill it with air. It takes about 30 seconds, and then you've got 8 shots that are all regulated to fire at 450 feet per second. Then you still get a couple of more shots that are going well over 400. Oh, gee. This thing is something else.
And you look at, and again, different animals. I realize that, pardon the pun there as well. But you look at the compounds, 350, 370 feet per second. I think you guys are slow dogs now.
Well, I'll tell you. Listen, this time we had this thing doing 500. But we weren't getting as many shots as we wanted, so we detuned it a little bit to get more shots. So it's this thing as a platform, it has huge potential. For instance, if you asked about bow fishing, what if we detuned it down even more to where you're getting 50 shots? Which would be perfect for fishing. So instead of cocking a crossbow 50 times at fishing, you can cock this thing all night long, be out all night.
Listen, it's literally click, push it back, click. It's that easy. Well, before I let you go, one last thing on adaptations. Someone had asked me, the big fan of the Luminox, the illuminated tip so you can find your arrow, make it easier.
Yes.
Will your arrows eventually have this an option to attach one of these things or some sort of illuminated system?
We are hoping to work with some of the established lighted knot companies to develop something for it. So it's it's as high priority as it is the fishing ideas. So at this point, no, because there is no knock in it. But we hope to get something figured out shortly.
Listeners, the Benjamin Pioneer Airbow joining us on the line this morning, 16th of January. Chip Honeycutt, Marketing Manager. Now, Chip's about to leave for the SHOT Show. Will you be showing us at SHOT as well?
That's exactly right. We're going to have it at the shooting range on Monday. We're going to have it in the booth. So we're getting ready to do it all over again.
Now, that's going to be at the Sands Convention Center out there or something?
That's out in Las Vegas. Yeah. That's right, at the convention center. It's folks are always coming to see what we're doing. We have encouraged people to take their air guns beyond the backyard, and now we've got something that's we're really getting serious about big game with air-powered products. Well,
Chip, the two things here in the Great Garden State is we have air guns legal now for rabbits and squirrels, but Carl Bing, in their infinite wisdom, way back in the late 60s, I guess the legislators deemed pneumatics as firearms. So, listeners, if you get an airbow, you're going to purchase one, you will have to have your firearms ID card. I've already established. I checked with several law enforcement agencies on this, Chip. But so what? If you have your card, I mean, this is it. The Benjamin Pioneer Airbow. Google it. Chip, give that website, please. How can people look at the video and get the specs on this amazing new hunting tool?
Everything you need is at crosman.com/airbow.
Okay, listen, Honeycutt, you need a luggage caddy on your way out to Vegas. I just got certified.
I need a hunting guide in New Jersey.
You have a little brother. Hey, travel safe, listeners. The Pioneer Airbow, man. This is it. The next generation of hunting tools hopefully will be legalized in New Jersey in the near future. Chip, travel safe. I'll talk to you soon, brother. Have a good show out there. Kick some ass.
Thanks, Tom.
Catch you later. Way long on that segment. Up against a break. Rack and Fin Radio. I know. I can see that. Hey, Tom P, you suck, man. This isn't a bow. It's not a bow. Okay. The propellant and the payload. Propellant and the payload. Okay. And guys, Boys World, I bow hunt. All right. But geez, you have all of October. You have the 3-week permit season. You could have the whole winter bow season, and then you can hunt during the shotgun week. I don't know. Should this be allowed during the fall bow, winter bow, or just during shotgun week, or maybe during the permit season, or maybe a whole season unto itself like the muzzleloaders way back when? Now they get to hunt ahead of time, ahead of buck week. Go figure that out. Oh, Tom B, be right back. Grab that cup, grab that Red Bull. Rack and Fin Radio. January 16th, man. Whoa.
This is Rack and Fin Radio with Tom P. on WPG Talk Radio 1450.
Yeah, thanks for hanging in. Rack and Fin Radio with me, Tom P. WPG 1450 AM, the great talk radio from 6 to 7, 7 to 8 new time, 97.3 ESPN FM, 50,000 watts of the Rack and Fin Radio message I mentioned earlier. The Canyon Runner Seminar Series, the 30th, it's going to be up there in Atlantic City at the Convention Center. Give Captain Adam a call, 732-842-6825. Okay, hopefully there's some tickets left. I'm figuring 25, 30. They had about 75 as of early this past week, and they're going like crazy. $100 admission or something like that, but what you walk away with, and they give you breakfast and beer and all that good stuff. Anything and everything. Marlin, tuna, big eye, yellowfin, swordfish, sharks. This is the all-encompassing big game seminar. Hey, the AC Boat Show coming up! February 3rd to 7th, $16 to get in, and 15 and younger free. I'll tell you, the way the economy is, I don't know, the show is pretty much sold out. Some guys did some good numbers last year, boat-wise. Still, the topic is repower. Repower. You have that boat. You're happy with the boat itself, the hull. You want a new engine, new power plant, keep it going alive without the expense, the 10, 12, 20-year payment on a boat. Repower. Also, a lot of engine manufacturers now are giving rebates, extended service plans. Here joining us on the line, very special guest right now, George Nyland, Tuckerton Marine Service Center, 464 South Green Street in Tuckerton. We're going to talk to repowering. They will be at the AC Boat, I believe, booth 360. Had to stop in there. I tried to stop by twice last year. I worked one Saturday for the Fisherman magazine. Couldn't get near the booth. He had that big, beautiful Suzuki in there, and man, they smoked. They absolutely smoked. George, how you doing this morning? Let's rock and roll, man. What's happening?
Good, Tom. How are you?
Lock, cocked, ready to rock. AC Boat Show already here. Was it just seem like a couple of weeks ago? Remember I was waving at you? Hey, George! And you looked at me. Get away. I'm doing business. Your booth was hammered.
We had a pretty good show last year for repowers. A lot of people who bought boats when the economy was really hot, anywhere from 2000 to 2005. The boats are still in great shape, but they need power.
Right.
Now it's time to repower, and we have a lot of options available. Everyone's going for the EFI 4-stroke outboards, and that's pretty much the way to go today, and we try to offer that service.
Oh, now, George, but I'm just amazed because I had this client, Triton, for years at Wood Advertising, and back then in the fat days, it was this is what you get and this is what you get, and that's it. It seems the manufacturers now are coming around insofar as incentives, and to me, on the engines, the extended service plans. I mean, it seems that the suits finally recognize they have to recapture this market.
Well, the extended warranty used to be an optional thing, and people would get it and some wouldn't. Today, it's almost built in as part of the package, and people expect that. People won't accept a motor that's bad on fuel, that doesn't run for many, many years, that is noisy or that has smoke. Today, people expect that efficiency that they get in their cars, and they expect that in their outboards as well. And now, Suzuki's offering the 6-year warranty. 3 was the standard. They offer the additional 3, what they call the SEP Extended Service Plan,
yep.
For no additional cost. throughout the whole boat show season. So if you do a repower on your boat and everything is operating well, you just think about going 6 seasons with no troubles whatsoever. And if you did have a small trouble, which we hope it wouldn't be, it's covered by manufacturer's warranty. That's big.
Listen, just to let me give you an idea of the actual dollar savings here. On a 25 to 30 horsepower Suzuki, the extended service plan is $444. You pay nothing. 40 to 50 horse, $486. You pay nothing. 60 to 70, $686. You pay nothing. 90 to 115 horse, $888. You pay nothing. Zippo, nada. 140 to 175, $1,283. You pay nothing. And a 200 to 300, $1,690. You pay nothing. Now, George, I'm asking you, is that a tiebreaker or what when it comes to pulling a trigger on a new engine?
Well, you would think if you get someone that's on the fence and they're a little worried about the costs of operating down the road, that should put them over the top. It's a big selling point. The quality and the reliability are starting to speak for themselves over the years. Now the only thing that people were a little concerned with was the lack of a longer warranty. Now that problem is solved. There's really no reason to move forward. If you've got a good quality boat that needs power, now's the time.
Join us on the line this morning, George Nyland, Tuckerton Marine Service Center, 464 South Green Street in Tuckerton. AC Boat Show, February 2nd to February 7th. Hit booth 360. Repowering is the way to go, especially with all these manufacturer incentives. Suzuki. George, what other engine companies do you handle?
We're actually a full-line dealer for Suzuki Marine as well as Mercury, and we do warranty service and package with Yamaha as well.
Well, George, let me ask you this. Brand loyalty, is that a thing of the past or is that still relevant?
Well, I would have to say it's still relevant. A lot of the boats that if you had a really good experience with a Mercury or a really good experience Suzuki or a Yamaha, you tend to stay with that. But today, price drives a lot of it. So if the price is right, and you only get one shot to give your best price first, if they come in the booth, we give them a price, I give them a price on all the manufacturers that I do full-line business with, and I let them make the decision. I don't say one is better than the other. Some have features, the other ones do not. A lot of it is personal preference.
George, have you seen the past 2 or 3 years with the resurgence and the repowering, which you guys are pretty much a pioneer, but that's getting more and more and more people on the water, and hence, 3 or 4 or 5 years down the road from there, possibly upgrading to a new boat. What do you think?
Well, the thing is, there were a lot of people in certain segments of the economy that'll trade a boat every 4 or 5 years. Other people, when you find one that works for you and it's just the perfect boat, the power has a life. When it gets to the end of its life, you repower it. Simple as that. The boats are meant to go through multiple motors in their life. And now with the efficiency and the reliability, you don't have to do it as often, but it's not unusual to have to put a motor on a boat every 7 to 10 years.
George Nyland, Tuckerton Marine Service Center, 464 South Green Street in Tuckerton. The AC Boat Show, February 3rd till February 7th. Booth 360. Learn all about repowering. This may be for you. Again, all sorts of incentives from Suzuki with the 3+3 Gimme 6 protection. George, this is going to be a win-win for everyone involved, man. This is going to be a great show.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to it.
Okay, George, now, whoa, I'm not letting you go that early, bud. Your Crest pontoons kicked ass through the summer now. How is that boat business doing?
That actually has really started to come around. We had pontoons years ago. We used to sell Palm Beach pontoon. We've gotten into the Crest, which is a top-notch pontoon, and the main thing that we like about those is they're not your dad's pontoon. Today, most of our pontoons will cruise at 20 miles an hour as a minimum. It used to be where you'd have a pontoon, you'd have 4 or 5 people on it, and you'd only have the ability to do maybe 10, 12 miles an hour. It took you forever to get where you're going. Today, most of our pontoons, you can pull a water skier. You can take a trip where you may not have done it with a pontoon before. We have pontoons and tri-toons. We try to make them, you try to tailor them for almost everyone.
These are not your Pops pontoon boats anymore. Listen, okay, Joe, I'll see you in a couple of weeks at the boat show, man. Take care.
All right, thanks.
Whoa. Before you go, give that website and phone number, little brother.
It is TuckertonMarine.net and TuckertonMarine.com. Phone number 609-296-1820.
Okay, we'll see you guys in AC. Take care, man.
Thank you.
Whoa, AC Boat Show here with a great lineup of seminars. We'll get into that next week. Be right back. Grab that cup, grab that Red Bull. Rack and Fin Radio.
This is Rack and Fin Radio with Tom P. on WPG Talk Radio 1450.
And that'll do it for this week's Rack and Fin Radio with me, Tom P. Weekend of January 16th, WPG 1450 AM from 6 to 7 and from 7 to 8, 97.3 ESPN FM, 50,000 watts of the Rack and Fin Radio message. Again, tonight, Legs for Lenny fundraiser at the Fountain at Cedar Park. 115 Hayes Mill Road in Atco, $25 tax-deductible donation, plenty of food, great music, silent auction, the works. Is going to be a good time. Go to NewJerseyOutdoorAlliance.org for directions. Now, the Gobbler Lottery begins January 25th, okay? All the turkey information is online, njfishandwildlife.com. The 2016 turkey hunting area map, the lottery, the quota information, everything is there. Leftover permits are going to go on sale March 28th at 10 a.m. Permits are going to be allocated from January 25th until February 22nd. And the Gobbler Youth Day is scheduled for April 23rd. It's a great, this youth program, Division of Fish and Wildlife has for now 15, 20. It's just absolutely outstanding. Deer, waterfowl, turkey, pheasant. When are they going to have a youth trout day? I should say, when is the division going to have a youth trout day? Get off your asses up there. Okay, a youth trout day. Now, still time to weigh in on Addendum 27, Atlantic States Marine Fisheries Council, regarding 17 inches and 4 fish in Jersey waters and Delaware Bay. If you fish Delaware Bay, either on a party boat, you charter out there, you go in your own boat, you go off the bank, off the jetties, whatever. This is a step in the right direction. Again, don't forget, Delaware's season open year-round with a 16-inch minimum. This is 17 inches. You fish Delaware Bay, it's going to be a chance for you to bring home a couple of meals at least. Not too late. You have until the 21st of January, 5 p.m. Email. Write this down. Email. Kroots, that's Krootes -Murdy, MURDY, at asmfc.org. Subject line, Addendum 27. Again, Kroots-Murdy. That's Krootes-MURDY at asmfc.org. Subject, Addendum 27. Jimmy Donofrio at the RFA says democracy is not a spectator sport. Get involved. Hey, man, tog fishing still pretty good out there. Water temperature dropping. It's in the low to mid 40s now. Still a pick, but there are some monster tog out there. Again, get your big game on. The Canyon Runner Sport Fishing Seminar, the 30th of January, Atlantic City Convention Center. Give Captain Adam LaRose a call. There are still some tickets available, but I don't know for how long. 732-842-6825 or email info@canyonrunner.org. God bless America. God bless our troops. Midwinter, man. A lot of opportunities. Fishing, hunting. Get out and enjoy. See you next week.